Hey, Marianne, I think today was your first
Okay.
day with Jantel in camp. Is that correct? And what
Yes.
did you see from her, and what does her presence mean for you and your group?
Yeah, it was really good to have Jantel out there today, and she's still in her return to play mode. So um, she was able to do about 80% of the practice today, which was good. We're just holding her back a little bit just to be on the safe side. We don't want her to have any kind of a setback. So, but she looked good. She's a pro. She knows what training camp is supposed to look like. She can pretty much play with just about any group of people that you put on the floor with her. So really good to see that veteran experience and poise and discipline and all the things that we knew she brought to the table. Just along with the energy and the pro mentality of getting busy and getting to work. She had a smile on her face for a little bit of the time, and then had to push through some things, but it was good. Really good to see her out there.
I know you get players that come in from a bunch of different scenarios, be it overseas or whether they were working out on their own. How would you describe the conditioning at camp so far?
Well, it's been challenging. We're not in the best shape, but neither is any other team. Talking with my colleagues, and everybody's dealing with the same thing. The pandemic has prevented people from being able to do the most important thing in terms of condition, and that is to get up and down the floor with a basketball in your hands. It's without being able to get in a gym consistently for a longer period of time. It's only been maybe like within the last month that some of the COVID restrictions have been relaxed. So you don't have that, months of training that you normally would have. So, but we're fighting through it. I think our group actually, I'm pretty happy with where we are given all the circumstances. We want to get up and down the floor. Everybody's working hard to do that. They're pushing through the fatigue. And at this point, early in a training camp, it's always mental fatigue as well as physical fatigue. But I'm pretty happy. Day 4, things are looking very promising.
Is it correct that today will be your first two a day? And if so, what do you look to accomplish when you have that scenario come into play?
Yeah, different seasons, it would be different things. This season with a lot of new faces, what we're doing is we had a tough practice here this morning, and then this evening's practice will be shorter by design, and it will also involve more just getting reps on what we worked on during the day. So we're adding to our playbook. We're making sure that we're getting extra shots up. A little bit of execution stuff, but we're not going to scrimmage. We're not going to go up and down hard. We did all that this morning. So tonight is really polishing, making sure our execution is good, getting lots of reps, and making sure that, for all of our players, including the returning players, there's some new things that we're doing. And so they just need repetitions, getting the playbook in their heads.
Sure. Hey, Jantel, this is Pat Boylan with the Indiana telecast this year. I hope you're doing well. How was first day of camp for you?
It was good. I love how everything is gradual for me. They're not rushing me back into it, which I'm extremely grateful for, because obviously you have the soreness and some of the pains that you haven't had because I'm going full speed. So the team has been really great about that. Today was good. I didn't do the entire, but I'm looking forward to doing a lot more tomorrow and just kind of progressing from day to day.
Where are you as it relates to that injury? It sounds like you're in a pretty good spot, but maybe not quite to 100%. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, I mean, I feel 100%. I think that how I describe it to everybody is almost like if you sprain your ankle and you come back to practice the next day, you're going to have that soreness. So sometimes it's just it's like that, like kind of working through, kind of getting back to those normal basketball emotions, just getting my body back used to that because I haven't done it in so long. So it's just it's like a process. I don't know, maybe like a week or two, I'll feel normal with my foot, but I'm going to have to work through some of those pains.
You've known that you were going to be a member of the Fever for quite some time now, but what's it been like to actually get to be here in Indianapolis and get to be in practice and around your future teammates and the coaching staff?
It feels amazing. I can't say enough how blessed and how grateful I am for the Fever picking me up in an injured phase of my career, just for believing in me. I feel like I've known all of these people here for so long, and I've always had a connection with Tamika, with Catch. So just being here, it feels good to actually start to play basketball. I think time is kind of going super fast. So it's crazy that I'm here because I feel like I was just in LA rehabbing to get released, and now I'm out on the court trying to play to get in shape. So I'm just grateful. I can't say that enough. The team has welcomed me with open arms. I'm one of the oldest players, so they're taking to me well. I'm kind of just getting my feel to get to know everybody, but it's a great feel so far.
Is there anything specific you're trying to accomplish in camp other than just making sure your body is right and you're physically in shape for the season?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the nail on the head. I think in shape. This league is full of amazing athletes, and you can't be a step behind. So I think my main focus is kind of listening to my body, but at the same time trying to push myself a little bit because I know once games start, no one's gonna be worried about my foot being sore. So it's just a work in progress and kind of making sure I do enough on the right day so that once May 14th is here, I'm ready to go 100%.
Great. That's all I got. Thanks, Jantel.
Thank you.
LB, you got anything for Jantel?
Hey, Jantel.
Hey.
Hey. I'll turn my camera on so you can see me. Being the vet, one of the vets in the room, how has it been thus far seeing, we had a huge draft class, we're seeing all this young talent around you. You've been around some amazing talent thus far in your career. So how is it now with this group?
It's amazing. I was just talking to somebody, it may have been my mom because I talk to her all the time, but I was like, these rookies are so mature. They're so in tune. They listen. They want to get better. So, that's like a vet's dream to not have to like micromanage a kid or be like, hey, do this, hey, do this, like, go do that. Like, they're all just like, yeah, like wanting to learn. They're doing their schoolwork in the locker room. I'm just like, you can't get a better group. They're awesome. They're athletic, and I think they're extremely talented, and they all have extremely bright futures. I'm just finding my way, just trying to get my feel for the players that are actually here on the team too. So, the rookies are one thing, but I kind of got to find my way a little bit with the players that have been on the team too. And that's been great too. Tori, Tierra, everybody's been awesome. KD, Kathleen Doyle, Lauren Cox, everybody's been pretty awesome, kind of welcoming me in, listening to some of the things that I'm saying, especially Kelsey. That's my little girl. That's my boo. But everybody's
that Buckeye connection, by the way.
That Buckeye connection. It's crazy because I was telling people, I'm like, we got the same birthday, same college, twins. It's just a lot. Kind of spooky, but yeah, she's kind of locked in by default.
Love it. And then kind of similar to a past question earlier, like you said, with coming off that injury, do you feel, I always feel like vets tend to say, no matter what the training camp is, things are slowed down. Like even some of the B-roll footage I've seen of like Jessica Breland thus far, it seems slowed down. I see a certain level of fundamentals. Everything just seems very slowed down for the vets. Do you experience that, or is it maybe a little different because you're coming off that injury?
That's a good question. No, I keep saying we're playing way too fast. I was literally on the sideline today talking to one of my teammates and telling them like when I come back, it'll be because I'm out of shape, but I'm also gonna be like, we got to slow down. So my out of shape will be like a good thing because we're moving way too fast. So when you do get to that vet status, you see like the game in a kind of from a different lens. It's a really simple game that needs to be played quick. And like in training camp, everybody's excited. Everybody wants to do everything. Everybody wants to make all the right plays. And to me, I don't know, slow and steady wins the race for me all the time. I'm never going to like overly play fast in a situation if I don't have to. But I think that's a part of the jitters. It's awesome. I think it's fun. But I think as the days go on, like you see everybody getting a little bit more, relaxed and playing the basketball that they know how to play.
Hey, Kathleen, how would you describe your training camp so far, and where do you feel like you are right now, maybe compared to this time last year, which I know is a tough question because training camp wasn't anywhere similar last year, but just as a player now to a year ago, how do you feel?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's been super fun, like having an actual training camp. It's definitely comes with its challenges and it's tiring, but it's competitive, and I love those types of situations. And it's nice to actually have a training camp compared to last year for sure. And I think just to answer your question about comparing from last year to this year, I put a lot of work into my body and my nutrition and fitness and stuff like that. So I just feel really solid and strong out there. And it's been really fun getting to know the new faces on the team. And I really feel like the energy is good and good vibes, I'd say. Yeah.
How challenging was it as a rookie when you already have so many different changes happening very quickly as a player to add in everything the pandemic brought a new coaching staff that was trying to install a new system, not having training camp. I mean, it seemed to be just a really tough obstacle to try to overcome. And can you kind of compare that to this year of getting a little bit more time in training camp, being a second-year pro, and just having a less hectic COVID situation?
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the less hectic COVID situation. I feel like last year was just such a whirlwind with like ever since the NCAA tournament got canceled and then the draft and then not knowing if we'll have a season, having like no training camp. It was just like the amount of things that like happened in my life and in other people's life that were in my same position as me. Like the list goes on and on. It's like the last year feels like it was like 5 years worth of time, but I'm really just grateful that we're having like a solid training camp. And I've been in Indianapolis for the past like 4 months working out. So I've gotten to get to know people better and just feel really comfortable in the setting I'm at. And I just really feel like that's helping me. And yeah, it just gives me a lot of confidence in camp.
What specifically were you working on in the WNBA offseason, and where do you feel the most improved?
Well, I went overseas for the first part of it. I went for a couple months, and then I came to Indianapolis and just got in the weight room and really worked hard on that. I worked with Justin Ochoa, and he did an amazing job helping me with my body and fitness. And then I was able to work with Coach Jared Simpson individually in the Fever facilities every week. So I was consistently working out here. I mean, I was working on everything, but I think the main difference between last year and this year is just my strength and fitness, and that's really helped slow the game down for me. So it's been fun.
Great. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thanks.
LB, anything?
Yeah, just was gonna ask, I was gonna ask about the strength and condition as well, because I saw you getting in. I've even teased you before, like I see the gun starting to pop out. Is for you, did you get a taste of that strength in the bubble last year? Because I always feel, like you said, it's a huge jump from college to pro, but sometimes not just the speed of the game, it's the strength of a lot of these ladies that you're playing against.
For sure. Yeah, it was a huge difference. Like I'm very self-aware, and like in college, I felt stronger and faster than people, and in the bubble, I didn't always feel stronger and faster. So, I mean, you just have to be self-aware in order to stay competitive in this league. And I took that and just made sure I focused on my fitness, and it's really paying off. I just feel really a lot stronger out there, and I'm able to get us into stuff we need to get into and look for my own stuff as well. So yeah, I can't emphasize enough how important that was for me.